quoting a dermatologist here, stating what isotretinoin Accutane actually does. So they say, in simplest terms, a derivative of vitamin A that effectively shuts down the sebaceous, aka oil glands in the skin. The medication works by reaching a cumulative dose in your system, usually over the course of 4 to 6 months. The goal is not only to shrink the oil glands while you are taking it, but also long after, so acne can't return. That's the main thing there. No matter what I'm doing, I don't have the ability, how Accutane does, to really shrink those oil glands that can therefore stop the acne from forming, which is why this is the closest thing I have to getting full skin clarity. I'm starting Accutane, and I'm starting with 40 milligrams a day. Here's me taking my first pill. I have a lot to say about this, and I wanted to make this video for this absolute reason. However, let's just rewind a bit to last year. Inflammation is real. Like, my skin just gets so inflamed very easily, and I thought, you know, many times I take the blame. I'm like, well, I'm doing too much, let me go back to minimal skincare. In all honesty, fuck this. Like, fuck this, I'm so done. And I've worked so hard on other elements to try and figure out what might be causing my acne, how I could help it. I'm not looking for a cure to acne. There isn't really one. Accutane, probably the closest thing. So last year I started doxycycline, which is an antibiotic, and that was because my skin was really flaring up. It was so inflamed, and I have had acne for way too long. Way too long. Yeah, points is I've been really low because of it. Other points, I just kind of get on with it. And I really am a trooper. Let me say that. Like, I just get on with it. At the end of the day, it's just something that's happening to me. That's not to say that topicals haven't helped my skin. I've been on retinoids, tretinoin, adapalene, I've done benzoyl peroxide, and then other like alpha-arbutin, chemical pills. Chemical peel helped. But what I'm saying is these things have helped my skin. They truly have. But I have a constant cycle of acne, in the sense that I have the acne and then I have the pigmentation left behind, so I never have skin clarity. How amazing would it be? Doxycycline, as I said, something I was on last year, helped me so much. I was also on it with different, and it cleared my skin amazingly in such a fast way. I could maintain that. It helped me from then. I was able to manage my skin in the sense that it didn't get to that severity it was. That inflamed and that itchy and just horrible on my skin. It was really did bring me down at the time. And that was my first ever oral medication for acne. I, up until that point, have been just trying to do other things. Lifestyle changes, skincare, topical creams, all that kind of stuff. And I've loved being on this channel and sharing my experiences, my life as well as my acne, because I didn't want it to just be defining, even though it was kind of my niche. I still wanted to add, you know, a bit of my personality and my life into it. I think with acne, I've said before, but for me, I hear a lot of blame and shame. Like, oh, you have acne because you're not moving enough. I have such an active lifestyle. Oh, you need to exercise. You need to make sure that you're eating right. You shouldn't be eating XYZ, particularly sugar and dairy. And here's the thing, I'm not a silly girl. Like, I understand how these things are linked. For example, sebaceous glands produces the oil in your skin, right? The sebum. When that is overproduced, your those pores get clogged and bacteria gets trapped in dry skin, and that's how we get acne. Like, that's the bottom line of me explaining it in the most simplest terms. And I understand that, hey, if you've got this insulin spike where you've had a load of sugar and that then plays in with your hormones, and which is linked to the sebaceous glands and how they are producing oils, I get it. But sometimes it's not as simple as I'm going to cut all sugar and therefore I will not have acne. No. And I kind of am sick of hearing these simplified versions of how to get rid of acne, or how to really just get clear skin. All of a sudden you'll never deal with acne again through lifestyle changes. Because I guess it's mainly because I have not seen those results, so I struggle to believe other people. And in some ways I become kind of a pessimist that those people that may have seen those results might have just had that one bout of acne, because sometimes it's just people that have never had acne and then they get acne and then they miraculously get rid of it by going vegan. I don't want to disregard people's experiences, but for me, I'm far from it. I'm far from changing my lifestyle and being healthier and doing more to to actually have clear skin. It has not happened for me, but well done, amazing if it has happened to you, kudos. Can't relate. Anyway, within this video I wanted to share, like, look, this is some of the things I've been doing, and it was not necessarily helping my skin. Changing my makeup, I am a healthy person. I enjoy my fruits and my vegetables. I enjoy understanding my diet and how I can avoid such insulin spikes and what I can do. But it is hard when you are doing all these things and actually your skin doesn't give a fuck. Like, your skin doesn't change at all. That hurts because it's what everyone's telling you should be changing something. Last year, before starting doxycycline, I took out dairy and then I added it back in. I wanted to see, is it something I'm intolerant to? Is it gonna, no, I didn't get any results from that. I've done the chemical pills, I've looked into my gut, and you know what, if anything, it's been good for me. This is where I say that acne has helped me in so many ways, because being able to do these things has enhanced my lifestyle. And yes, some of those, you might be thinking, you should just have a healthy lifestyle anyway. Acne shouldn't be your, like, the main thing that drives you towards that. No, it's not. But it definitely helped me to understand more about my gut, to understand more about my hormones. Acne has been behind that. So I'm thankful for that in that sense. I wish I didn't have acne most of the time, but it has made me a much more grounded person. I understand more about my body, and I've explored so many avenues to do with my body and health because of my acne and this skin condition that I have, right? So on this channel, I have shared many ups and downs with acne, and you have probably, if you follow me, seen my skin clear in different ways, whether it's from the chemical peels, the doxycycline. I have seen results. I have had some skin clarity, but like I've said, it's never been maintained. For example, this is me after doxy, amazing results. My skin did not go back to that severity, but I have not been able to have full skin clarity that some day-to-day people that just don't deal with skin problems have. And that's what gets me, is the fact that I am entitled to have that. And why should I not feel that I can? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I just deal with the acne and I deal with the scarring and I get on with my life. But actually, I am entitled to have much clearer skin, and that should be something that I have access to. Even now, when you're watching this video, and when I've started my Accutane journey, which I have now, my skin was not at its worst when I started Accutane. Some of my worsts were featured previously in this video. Even like the doxy, before starting doxy, that was quite an inflamed, like moderate acne for me, moderate to severe. That's because they were cystic and they can really leave deep scarring in the skin. So what I'm saying is, I didn't start Accutane when my skin was actually at its worst. And that might seem a bit backwards, but it's because I have been able to manage my skin with the topicals I've been using. So if you ever hear me, or you go back to my old videos mentioning topicals that have been used, they are effective at managing acne, but I am really seeking to kind of stop the acne, and Accutane is the closest thing I can get to that. But I wanted to show you, like, this is the moment where I really genuinely thought about Accutane, and it's because I had a spot here and I had popped it and it left a literal hole in my face. And honestly, in that moment, I just thought, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't constantly be doing this, because that is all I ever do. See my skin, deal with my skin, and have to pop spots or not pop spots, or just think about my skin. So I want to say that I am sharing my journey here on YouTube, and I'm also currently sharing on Instagram as well. I'm getting my treatment for free, and here in the UK you can get Accutane on the NHS, the National Health Service, where it can be given to you for free. So it's not like it's so different, but what's different about my treatment is that I'm actually having a private treatment for free, because it is being paid for by a brand and a company, Treat Direct, which I will be mentioning a lot on my Instagram. But I am not obliged to make this video or to add anything in here. With that in mind, I have gone to the NHS and asked for Accutane when my skin was worse. And I mentioned this in another video, but I'm going to assume that people haven't seen that. And it's the fact that my doctor didn't actually feel that I had that the Accutane was like the go-to. It was after I started doxy. She said, oh, you know, doxy has done something for you, so maybe not Accutane, because it's, like I said, it's a strong drug and you need to have tried all avenues. The general practitioner, the doctor, did not have a document of all of my, like, every skin concern I've ever had, because I did not go running to the doctors when I had acne. And I feel like at the time that was just a very British thing to do. We tend to just brush things under the carpet. and get on with it. And also just from like a naive standpoint, maybe I thought this is something small. I don't want to put pressure on the NHS. And it's a weird thought, and I'm sharing it and being vulnerable. I don't know if anybody else has felt like this in the UK sometimes, that the NHS is like really stretched and I'm going there because I have some acne. And obviously there's two sides of it, right? It's also like, no, you are entitled to have clear skin. You are entitled to not feel like shit about your skin, and you are entitled to those medicines that can help you. But at the time I didn't really think like that. I really thought like, oh, I'm just going there because I'm having some skin problems. And especially because at different stages throughout my acne journey, I thought, oh, this could be gone like next month, or this could be gone soon. So why waste time getting a doctor and doing all this stuff? I think the older I got and the more like the acne really was not going anywhere, it was like, okay, I really need medical intervention because something is not right. I have to say though, I have been to the NHS and my doctor for a lot of like hormonal tests to really see if there's something underlying, to understand more about why my acne might be happening. I've not had any concrete sort of results. Anyway, let's not make this video too long. The point is, I'm starting Accutane. I'm currently on 40 milligrams. My dose will probably increase. I'll be sharing my journey and side effects and everything, how I feel. None of this video will be sponsored. None of these YouTube videos will, I'm not obliged to say anything specific about Accutane or how I feel within my treatment. So the videos here and on Instagram will remain raw, honest and transparent, which is the kind of content that I will only ever make. So please help me if you have been on Accutane before. What are some side effects that you experience? What kind of advice would you give to someone that's just going on it? Is there any vitamins that you would recommend? For now, please leave me a comment on things that you want to see, want to know, or any advice would be greatly appreciated. And of course, if you aren't subscribed already, but you want to follow my journey, whether you want to backtrack or follow this Accutane journey, please do. And you'll be notified when I have a video if you press the bell. Bye.